Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great week doing remote learning. If you are joining us, make sure to say hello or type hi in the comment sections. Just give a little wave so that we can say good morning to you. You made it. This is the end of our third week of distant learning, I should say, and I am so proud of you. You're doing really, really well. Good morning to the Houstons in Florida. Hello, nice to have you with us. Hello, Morgan and Jackson from around the corner. Nice to have you back with us as well. And it looks like Renzo and Fiona are here also. Good to have you back. And of course, Nolan, sending love all the way to Mercer Island, Washington for you. Hello, Sammy and Will. Nice to have you with us. It looks like Gemma, Weston, Pierce, and Ford are also here. Luke and George, hello, I miss you. I'm happy that you're here with us today. Hooray! It's Friday. We made it. Hello, Tylee. And Tylee is excited about her birthday tomorrow. Tylee, happy birthday to you. I'm going to give you a big birthday squeeze because I can't give you one in person, but thank you for letting me know it is your birthday. That is really exciting. I wonder if you have cake planned. There might be some balloons in your future. I don't know. You'll have to tell me all about it when tomorrow after your birthday. That's really exciting. Well, today is Superhero Day for the kids at my school. They are asked to dress up like superheroes, have a picture of them taken and sent in so that it will be compiled with other children into a superhero slideshow. It's a spirit day, hooray, from home. So if you go to the same school as my children, don't forget to take your picture and submit it to Mrs. Single. Also, the yearbook wants you to know that they want pictures of you doing distant learning as well. So make sure to look for the email where you can send that off. Also, lots of information today. Hello, Fred, Sharon, AJ, and Ethan. So glad that you are able to join us all the way from the Sacramento area. And it looks from Layla's here too. Hello, Layla. I haven't met you in person yet, but I hope that I get the opportunity someday. Hope you're having a great morning. Well, I am dressed all in black today, not for a particular superhero, but because of the story we are about to read. Oh, Nolan, you want to come to our school? Maybe someday you can too. I want to see your superhero costume. That would be fun. Okay, we're not talking about superheroes in our book today. We're talking about a different type of person, and that is a nighttime ninja. This was a book that was well loved by my kids. You can see there are a little bit of creases everywhere because I think we've read this book hundreds of times growing up. Super fun. Can't wait to read it. This book is really interesting. If you look at the illustrations, they are done in what's called paper cut. The artist cut out paper and used some colored pencils to do the drawing, which is really an interesting way to make pictures for a book. So before we read, you know what to do. Let's stretch it out first. Let's do a big rainbow breath. Good morning, hello. Up to the ceiling, stretch your hands, and exhale down. Roll those shoulders back, release that tension that you may be holding on to a little bit. Let's do another rainbow breath up, and up we go. To the ceiling. Wave hello to all your friends over the internet. Exhale down. Let's tilt our heads from side. Get a nice long stretch all the way down your neck and around to the other side. And I did not say hello to April and Mason yesterday. So hello, April and Mason. And I think I missed Zoe and Ian the other day also. So hello to you guys. I'm sorry that I missed you, but I'm glad you're here with us. Okay, one more big rainbow breath up. Fill those lungs up. Here we go. Up to the ceiling. There you get that oxygen going. Let's clap our hands at the top and stretch. Bring them down quietly into your lap. Okay, I'm going to get really close to you when I read this story because I want you to enjoy all of the wonderful pictures in this book. Again, this book is called Nighttime Ninja, and it is read with permission from Scholastic. Okay, I'm going to get super close to you now. The clock struck midnight. Whoosh. Look what's happening. And this is where I would do sound effects with my kids. We'd go whoosh, 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 whoosh. Where is he going? Hand over hand, the ninja climbed and clambered. Step by step, he balanced and leapt. The house was silent. Everyone was asleep. He crept down the twisting, moonlit hallway and knelt in the dark shadows, listening. Wait! Look! He took out his tools and went to work. Suddenly, the lights flashed on. Bum, bum, bum. What are you doing? Thundered his mother. Nothing. Hand it over, mister. With my mission yet? Oh no, what was his mission? So silly. Well, how about a getting back into bed mission? Sweet dreams, nighttime ninja. The end. Okay, so that was a story that was written by Barbara DaCosta and the art was by Ed Young. Again, that was pretty interesting if you looked at the paper cutting pictures in the story. Now today's activity is an art activity and it does involve paper. It's a paper craft. Today we are making ninjas. Look, they're little finger puppet ninjas. And what you'll need for these cute little ninjas is a lot of supplies. Not too many, but a few. Okay, so for today, you will need a paper plate or some sort of firm backing. You could use cardboard, you could use foam, you could use even cardstock. something that will help the paper stand up by itself when you cover it. You will need a sheet of paper. If you want to use colored paper, you can. I'm using that today so it will show up a little bit better. You'll need a pair of scissors, a glue stick, something to draw eyes and to trace. So I am using a black pencil. You could choose any color that you like. And a hole punch is optional but very handy for what we're doing at the last step. Okay, so the first thing that you need is you need to make a shape for your ninja head. And what shape is that? A circle. You're so good at shapes. Now on my particular paper plate, I have a circle already traced for me. You might not have that. You can just do the outside edge of your paper plate. If you have a smaller paper plate, you might not need to cut at all. You can completely skip this step. So with your parents' permission, make sure you have that. Go ahead and cut out a circle. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I liked having ninja stories at my house. One of our favorite movies growing up, it's so silly, but so funny, was Surf Ninjas. Has anybody seen that movie? I think we watched it over and over again. When we went to rent it from the movie store, it was almost wavy. We could do the whole movie. I could probably still recite the whole movie now because we've watched it so many times. Okay, now I have my firm paper plate in a circle shape. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to trace this particular circle onto my sheet of paper. This will be sort of what the ninja's wearing for a mask. So I take my pencil, I carefully trace around the plate. Make sure that it shows up. Okay. Now that I have a circle traced on my paper, I'm going to cut out that circle also. Anyway, so that movie is full of jokes and some fun action sequences. Sometimes the dialogue is not so funny, but we would fast forward through some of those parts and get to the action scene. Okay, make sure that you recycle your excess paper. You could even save this for another craft project later. My kids have been doing a lot of makerspace and building lately, so they've been using bits and pieces, odds and ends. Okay, so now you should have two circles, your cardboard and also your colored sheet of paper. The next thing that you're going to do is we are going to create a piece of paper where the eyes would go. And what that is, it's just cutting a straight line across your construction paper. About, I would say that's maybe 1.5 inches wide. You can make it as wide as you want or as narrow as you want. Hold on to that strip of paper though, because we are going to need it later. So actually, I'm maybe 1.25 inches wide, 1 inch actually. You can eyeball it. Okay. I have my bottom piece and I have my top piece. The next step is to take your glue stick and to glue your bottom and your top onto your ninja face. Now, what I would suggest doing is, do you see how there are some pencil trace marks on this particular sheet of paper? You don't want people to see that. So when you glue, make sure you are gluing that down facing the paper plate, not facing out where people will see. It just makes your craft look a little bit nicer. So I take my glue stick all around the edges first, and then do a little bit on the inside. And this is where it's okay if your circle is not perfect. Doesn't matter. because what you can do is overlap it just slightly. Do you see how I'm overlapping it on the back? Just a little bit, probably not that much. I don't want glue everywhere. That way you don't have white sticking out underneath your paper. A little bit's okay, but if you notice, see how I did a little bit of a border so I don't see white underneath the mask on the bottom? Same thing is true for the top. Use your glue stick and go around the edges first, then glue inside. Try and line it up so that the lines are parallel with your bottom mask. Do you guys know what the word parallel means? It means lines that are equidistant apart and they will never cross. There's a little vocab math for you today with arts and crafts. Okay, so now I have the top part of my mask and I have the bottom part of my mask. The next step is to create this little tie that you see on the back. And you do that by using your strip of paper that you cut, and you're going to fold it in half on the diagonal so it creates that little tie shape. So now that I have the tie, I'm going to flip my mask over to the back and attach it to the back so that nobody sees it in the front. You wouldn't really tie it next to your eyes. And glue that part down as well. So I take my glue stick, put a little bit on my head, and then I'll actually take a little bit more, fold it open, and put it on the colored piece of paper just so that my tie stays down where I want it. We are almost done. Look how easy that craft is. You can put your glue stick away. You don't need that part anymore. Okay, so now I have a head that has a top mask, a bottom mask, and a little bit of the tie in the back. What is the next step we need? Eyes. To do that, if you notice, I just did mine sort of in an angry shape. They're just lines slanted down in towards the middle to create sort of that angry shape, or that fierce, I should say. So I'm going to do a nice thick line on either side. My kids do martial arts, and yesterday they had martial art class on Zoom, which was so fun to see, watch their instructor online. And there were, I think, over 60 kids in that particular class because it was 4 schools all doing it at once, which was amazing. Lots of kicking and punching and stretching going on, a lot of energy released. We are almost done. You can put your pencil away. So now you have a cute little ninja decoration, but what is super fun is to make a little pew pew finger wrestling or finger kicking guy. And there are a couple of different ways you can do that. You could use your scissors to sort of poke a hole into your ninja decoration. I would not recommend that because I feel like that is an accident waiting to happen. Don't do that. There's an easier method. And that method is where your hole puncher comes into play. You can make hole puncher holes sort of around where your fingers would go and punch it out. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because no one's going to see this, just you guys. Just for fun, something to do. Okay, so I have one hole so far for one finger. Now you want to make sure when you use your hole puncher that it is not going to create a hole where your first little finger space is. You want to go a little bit over to start your other one. And I'm just making lots of sort of punches around. For those of you who have small fingers, obviously your finger holds will be smaller than others. When I did this earlier, full confession, I actually got my fingers stuck. I did not make it large enough. Okay, so there you go. You have your ninja kicker. Hiya! And if you have a buddy at home, or if you want to make another one, you could do two little battles. Your little ninja fighters. So fun, so easy, right? That was not very long at all. We read a story, we did a craft, and that is all I have for you today. Now, next week is spring break for my kids, which means I will be on spring break also, going on a very exotic trip to probably the kitchen, might take a stroll through the garage. If I get really antsy, maybe a walk around the block. So on your spring break, I don't know if you have it, you can always check out, rewatch these videos, or you can watch, I do have some of these videos on a YouTube channel, and it's just Miss Elena's Place. If you want to rewatch those videos there, you can do that also. And remember, on Sunday, we're getting a puppy, which means next week I probably will be exhausted getting up in the middle of the night with our cute little girl. More pictures to come when she gets here because she's super sweet. Okay, so I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have a fantastic spring break. And I'm going to leave you with two reminders. The first reminder is you're never, ever alone. You are always with us here in community with others, and I'm so glad that you are here with us. And the second thing is, make sure to wash your hands. You get to be the hero in this whole story just by staying home, keeping your distance, and washing your hands. All right, I hope you have a fantastic morning. If you do make those little finger ninjas, post them and let me see what your artwork looks like. Okay, happy Friday. We'll see you later.